A female veteran escaped domestic violence with her bleeding K9. What police found shocked everyone. Thunder cracked as she pushed through the sliding doors of a Chicago ER, soaked to the bone, one hand gripping her ribs. The other clutched the collar of her K9 partner, Ranger, bleeding, limping, barely standing. The lights inside flickered. A nurse froze. People stepped back like she was walking out of a battlefield. Harper Cole didn't shout.
She didn't cry.
She just knelt on the cold floor, pulled Ranger close, and whispered, "Stay with me, boy, please." The storm outside didn't stop. It just followed her in. They rushed Ranger toward the animal care unit. They asked Harper to wait. She sat in a plastic chair with rain still dripping from her hair, staring at nothing but a crack in the tile. Her breath came slow, the way soldiers breathe when pain tries to take over. Inside, her voice was small and tired. Not again. Not this time. Hours passed. When they finally let her into the back room, she moved like every step hurt. Ranger lay on a metal table, bandaged, shaking. She cupped his face gently. "I'm here," she whispered. And for the first time since the storm, the dog relaxed. While she filled out paperwork with one good hand, two officers whispered near the door. "That her?"
"Yeah."
"The self-defense one." A laugh. "Sure." Harper didn't react. She just lifted Ranger's water bowl, so he wouldn't strain his jaw. The AC hummed. A clock ticked somewhere behind her. The room felt too bright, too loud, too judgmental. A detective finally walked in and dropped a file on the table. He didn't hide the doubt in his voice. "So, you're saying he attacked you first?" Harper nodded once. "Do you have proof?" Silence. A long breath. Then she reached into her torn jacket and placed a small drive on the table. "Yeah," she said quietly. "I do." The detective plugged it in.
A click.
Then the room filled with the muffled audio of that night. A door slamming. A man yelling. Ranger barking, then crying out in pain. The whispering officers stopped talking. Someone outside shut off a radio. Even the AC felt like it softened. The detective leaned closer. "You recorded all of it?" Harper didn't raise her voice. "I wear a body cam when I train Ranger. I never thought it'd save us." The footage played on. Her ex breaking the door. Her shielding Ranger. Her moving with calm, trained precision even while bleeding. Ranger throwing himself between them, taking the hit meant for her. No one in the room breathed. When the clip ended, the detective stared at her like he was seeing her for the first time. You handled this like a pro." She didn't look proud. Just tired. "I was a handler. Rangers don't get left behind. Not on my watch." Word spread fast down the hallway. Officers who had brushed her off earlier now lingered near the door, quiet. A nurse who barely looked at her before now brought her a blanket. Little shifts. Little signs of respect that should have come sooner. Ranger lifted his head and licked her hand. She broke a small smile for the first time that night. Then the detective returned with a folder, her service record. He set it down gently. "You didn't tell us who you were." Commendations. K9 division letters. Pages of work she never boasted about. Harper just shook her head. "I didn't want rank. I just wanted help." And the room went still again. A different kind of silence this time. When her ex was finally brought in for questioning, he froze at the sight of Harper beside the detective. No yelling. No excuses. Just a man watching the truth close in on him. His shoulders dropped. His voice cracked. Silence did what shouting never could. A week later, Harper returned to the station. Ranger patched up beside her, walking slow but proud. She handed the detective a small card. "Request for protective order review." He nodded. "We're starting a new protocol for domestic violence cases. Better training. Better response. Your case pushed it through." Harper stepped outside. The sky was clear this time. No storm, just soft Chicago sunlight warming the street. She rested her hand on Ranger's back. They didn't need to look back. They survived. They were believed. And the system, for once, chose to change. Some storms don't end with thunder. Sometimes they end with truth.